I guess the simple point that has been made here is that with this study, we began with the goal of all the other disciplines. Their goal is the recognition that life, awareness itself, is identity. We began at that point. The purpose of other disciplines is to allow one that grand peace that is past understanding, that comes with letting go the personal sense of self, the one to whom awareness has been given, to simply be awareness itself, and joy in the joy of being awareness itself. We began at that point. All of our writings and all of our teachings have, for lo these many years, begun with the acceptance of God awareness, the awareness of the divine mind as the starting point, the identity as which we live and move and have our being. I have in essence said that all of the disciplines of the world, to include the metaphysical, scientific metaphysical philosophies as they are currently taught or practiced or apparently almost universally believed, began with a little speck in time and space, like a spot on a motion picture screen, that goes through all of the gyrations of study, learning, putting off, overcoming, healing, enlightenment after enlightenment, pit of hell after pit of hell, in order to one day perceive that one is not just the speck in space, the little spot on the corner of the screen, but that rather one is the entire screen itself, upon which and as which all of the scenes unfold. We identify as awareness within which all world scenes. Once upon a time, it was as though we identified as perhaps a bug in a garden. And lo, it was a beautiful garden. It had roses along the borders. It had violets in the center, gladiolas here and there, all of the beautiful flowers, but it also had clods and weeds and poison ivy and brambles and briars. And as an ant, we poked our way about the garden to examine first this flower and that one, to determine which was the best and which we liked and which we didn't. And then finally, in grand frustration, one day it dawned on us that we were the garden entire, and that everything in the garden, every flower, every bramble, every briar, every insect about the business of trying to find its way and make its determination, every one was garden itself. And at this point we stopped identifying as a struggling ant about the business of fighting the battle of weeds and brambles, to be garden, and to perceive that each flower in the garden was only another quality or attribute of garden itself. The question comes, is it necessary to have the mystical experience of the light, the mystical experience of the holy baptism, the sense of lightness and forgiveness? Is it necessary to have that tangible experience in this tangible world before one can begin uh, taking awareness itself to be identity. Before one can begin to think out as awareness itself, as God awareness, does one have to have the mystical experience first? And the answer is absolutely not. Absolutely no. We take awareness to be the who and the what we are. God awareness to be the who and what we are, and we take it on faith if necessary. If it should be there is no conscious recognition of ever having felt the grand forgiveness or the peace, we take that identification on faith if necessary. We think out from, live out from, be out from the position of God awareness about the business of God being. And lo and behold, when we do, we find that all of the experiences of the many pathways begin to happen. Hand over fist, hard pressed, shaken together and running over, they happen. It's as though we had meditated for years and years and years with little or no results, when suddenly results happen. It's as though we had studied the Buddhist discipline or the Hindu discipline or the Taoist discipline to little or no avail, awaiting some grand road to Damascus enlightening experience that we could feel we were on our way. And lo and behold, it all happens. It happens quickly, without wait, without the long years of hard study, disappointing anticipation. It happens. We can take awareness right now to be the who and the what we are. And this is where we begin. This is the beginning the ancients spoke of. Blessed is he who has found the beginning. Let him stay there. Well, obviously, when one takes on a sense of a new identity, he has let go a false sense of identity. And here is where I find such weakness in the instruction that comes from our metaphysical philosophies. The term mortal mind is often used, but mortal mind is seldom defined, if ever. The term the old man is often used. Put off the old man. But just what do we mean by put off the old man? Churchdom has indicated that putting off the old man means simply getting rid of the bad habits of the old man, but it leaves the old man on the scene still, very purified, sanctified, sanctimonious, self-righteous old man, but he's still there on the scene, trying to equate himself with God. What is mortal mind that is put off? First, let me say this, that once we take awareness to be the identity we are, we have put off the old man. And let me explain just how this is so. Who is the one that feels he doesn't know? Who is the one who is forever searching after truth, seeking and finding? Who is the one who is trying to arrive at an altered state of consciousness that induces a sense of at-one-ment with God? It is the old man of us. The old man of us is the one, or the ego, or the role we play when we play the one to whom we believe awareness has been given. Now let me say that again. Right here, right now, here we sit listening. The concept that hangs in and lingers longest with us is that there is a me sitting here to whom this awareness that listens and thinks and feels has been given. There is a me who says, this awareness is mine. Well, there's no such me. There is no such ego to whom life has been given. But there is life present right here, right now. Awareness is present right here, right now. Awareness and life being the same thing as I use it here in this context. Awareness is here, yes. And there is the body that we say life has been put into or given to. A body that's stupid or that doesn't know, that's struggling and striving for a healing. Yes, but where does that body exist? Within awareness. Awareness, consciousness, is not in that body. Do you see? Awareness is going on right this minute. The ego, the old man, the liar from the beginning, the one that so tenaciously would mimic God in all ways, is a hypothetical ego that says, this awareness is mine. And I identify as the me who says, this awareness is mine. There is no such one. That is the old man. Now, to think out from the position of a me that says this awareness is mine, to think out from that position is to live mortal mind. To live a fraud. To live an identity or an ego that doesn't exist. Now, this idea is neither new nor unique with me. You've heard this many times in many ways from other places. It seems that it's a common statement that comes with enlightenment via whatever discipline that enlightenment appears to arrive. Catherine of Sienna, one day after a period of introspective prayer and grand enlightenment, suddenly she arose and said, my me is God, nor do I see any other me but my God himself. Meaning that there is no personal identity to whom life has been given. And if we take it out of the religious context, the religious frame, Dr. Lang from England, world-noted psychiatrist, did a few months ago address a national meeting of the psychiatrists from all over the world and gave the keynote address. And to paraphrase very liberally, he did say, in effect, gentlemen, for all these years, we as psychiatrists have been trying to get at the root of human problems. And when we finally arrived at the root of a human problem, we then did all we could to heal that problem for the ego, so that the ego could go about its way unencumbered and unburdened by its previous burden. And then he said, but gentlemen, all of our study now indicates that there is no ego to heal. We've been spinning our wheels in the sand. We've been wasting time. Check me out on this and see. This is the Lang School of Psychiatry. Coming on strong, saying that an ego doesn't even exist. And what again is ego? Ego right here, right now, in its simplest terms, is the idea that this awareness, this life that is perceiving, and at the moment looking outside at a black walnut, just green with spring, and at pecan trees in the distance waving, this awareness that right now feels a chair beneath it, floor under its feet, that this awareness belongs to a me. Who is this me who says awareness is mine? There is no such me. And to let it go To let it go can be done effortlessly. In the same way one can let go the belief of a flat earth. We may base all of our calculations on the idea that the earth is flat, but the earth isn't flat, so we can let go the concept of it. We can let go the concept of a personal possessor of life. There is no such personal possessor of life, but life is right here, right on. Now this new view, this new sense of identification that automatically lets go an old sense of identification, doesn't alter anything at first. There are no great gongs going off or rockets flashing in the sky. There might be a grand warmness and gentleness in the heart when one suddenly realizes that identity is not sitting in a room, looking about at tables and chairs, or outside at squirrels, but that identity includes the room, the table, and the chairs, and the squirrels, squissels. I'm calling them squissels lately for some funny reason. We may very well joy in the expanded sense of identity as being infinitely more than we ever thought it was. But we still see trees. We still look down and see the fingers and toes of a sense of identity that we used to limit ourselves to, but we're infinitely more than that. Indeed, identity is all awareness perceives. It is God's awareness, the divine mind's awareness. Infinite awareness is the identity one is. Eternal awareness is the identity one is. That position can be assumed right now, without wait, without struggle, because it's a fact right now. Oh, how difficult to make this point. How difficult to make this point, else it would be understood. How the Oriental could say that the appearance of people are straw dogs. There's no life there. And people, life exists as the awareness that perceives people. And people are the tangible appearing of one life made plain. If this were easy to communicate, it would be understood how Huang Po, in his famous last talk that he ever made, was, "Gentlemen, remember please that the perceived does not perceive." Oh, we can understand this well enough when we look in the mirror and see an image in the mirror. We say, my goodness, the image there appears to live and move and have life and breath in it. Yet we understand that that is only a reflection, and that awareness that does the perceiving of the image is where the life is. But how difficult it seems to be to comprehend that all life is one life perceived within one awareness. And whose awareness, friend? Whose? This awareness that is you. This awareness that listens right here, right now, is the one awareness of being. God's awareness. It doesn't belong to Bill, Mary, or John, or Joe, though awareness certainly includes within it the appearance of Bill and Mary and John and Joe and countless others with names. But awareness is single, alone. To identify as the screen is to see that Bill, Mary, John, Joe, rabbit, airplane, world, universe is included within the single selfhood that one awareness is, and that single selfhood is God's self, self-aware.